You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Yay Networks.
You're listening to the Chatty Daddies podcast.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies. It's three dads sitting around talking about being parents, and we stray off into some other conversations a lot of times. But the main focus is on our kids. My name is Trey. I have a son that is 2 years old now.
Hello, my name's Nick. I have two children. One is about to turn 4. One just turned 6.
I'm JC. I also have two children, not with Nick, with a woman. And they are, my son's 10, his name's Kason, and my daughter is 9, Chloe.
I feel like we're starting like an AA meeting. Hello, my name's Nick. I have two children.
I feel like that's all parents because we're all going through it. You know what I mean? It's not a beatdown, but there are beatdowns at times.
Every once in a while, we will get a new listener, and they just flip this one on, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, now I'm up to speed. And another thing, I sometimes forget y'all's kids' ages, so
that's fine.
It's nice
you don't
to
have to know
reset.
everything about my kid. Just like, we might not remember every detail about your kid.
Of course. But like, if somebody were to ask me, hey, how old are Nick's kids? And I got it wrong, I'd be like, boy, we have a parenting podcast together. Really?
That's fine. I'm not offended.
Good.
I wouldn't be.
I would have a little guilt, but I'm glad you're not. And also, I've already forgotten what you said, 4 and 6?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Perfect.
Pretty cool.
All right, so the last 2 weeks, I felt like I've been a little combative, guys.
Yeah, what's going on with you, Trey?
I was listening back, and I was like, boy, I sound like an angry guy. And I don't mean to be. I'm sorry.
That's just who you are, Trey.
Is it maybe because your house is so easygoing that you're looking for some sort of...
Yeah, I need a fight. I need a fight. So we're going to all whip out our phones and see how many pictures we took of our wives this week?
My goodness.
I can.
I can.
I left my phone in the other room. I was really just joking, trying to bother you.
Funny you bring that up.
Here, I'll go grab mine.
No, you don't need to because we believe that you are the excellent picture taker that you are.
I had counted last night. It was 21.
21? Okay. Well, my wife actually, I was telling Nick this before we started recording, Trey. You weren't in there. But I was sitting on the couch, and my wife and our phones are getting to the end of the road.
Yeah.
We're about to have to get new phones. So what we do is we transfer all our pictures to a hard drive, right, that we have on our phones, because I'm never going to turn that on again, ever again, when I get a new phone. So she comes out after transferring all her pictures to another hard drive, and she's just staring at me. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just watching football, enjoying my day, and she's just staring at me, to where I finally look at her and I go, yes, what? What? What are you looking at me like that? Yeah. And she goes, when I die. And in my head, here's what happens when my wife says, when I die. I'm already going to be dead because us guys go first.
Sure.
Everybody knows that. That's a known fact. I'm going first, then the wife. She goes, when I die, you're going to be so happy because you have so many pictures with the kids. And I start laughing. Not because of that, but because of our conversation the last couple weeks.
She has no idea.
No
what we
idea.
were saying.
Yeah, I don't think she's celebrating Dadder Days. So I start laughing, and she goes, "What are you laughing about?" And I said, "This is literally what Nick, Trey, and I have been talking about." And she goes, "Yeah, you probably tell him that you take a ton of pictures of me, don't you?" And I was like, "Actually, no. I was pretty transparent. I told him that I suck, and that you've told me that I need to do better, and I'm trying." And she goes, "Well, how many pictures of me and the kids are going to be on your hard drive when you transfer it over?" And I said, "Not enough, honey. Not enough, because I still suck at it."
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I took 0.
Okay.
Yeah, I was counting my pictures. What's that today? Okay, so I was counting my pictures. 0.
Yeah.
I had 0.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got 2.
Nice.
I got a picture of Chloe doing Kinsey's nails.
Adorable.
Yeah.
And is she wearing a mask?
She's wearing a
mask.
Like she wants to be like the nail techs.
Right, yeah.
The nail techs are wearing the mask because of the I guess the fumes that come off of this stuff.
Always. I thought it was adorable that she's pretending she's going the full
Oh, she goes
9
into
yards.
full on. She's asking her about her. She goes into a full character. Like,
Yeah.
do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Do you have kids? She's great. My daughter is hilarious.
The best part of being a dad right now is when my son wants to act out the books. So we have this Mickey Mouse Disney bedtime story book. And so in one of them, Mickey is trying to set up a date for Minnie. And he gets his friends to help, Goofy and Donald. One of them's making a salad, one of them making fruit punch. They end up crashing into each other, and it spills and goes all over the place. They have to clean it all up. And so now Quinn and I, we will pretend like one of us has fruit salad and one of us has a salad and one of us has fruit punch. We'll crash into each other and then have to clean it up.
Nice.
And he's so excited. He
That's cute.
Plays the part of Donald Duck great. He does the voice. It's my favorite part of the day. And we do it 7 or 8 times in a row, but
good.
it is the best way to spend 20 minutes of your life.
Speaking of Donald Duck, have you ever met anyone? I mean, we could all make the Donald Duck sound,
Right.
I guess. But have you ever met anyone that can actually
Use
form words?
No way.
As I've never in my few years of being on Earth met someone that can make the impersonation of Donald Duck.
I do have it's not a guilty pleasure, whatever. I will go look up on YouTube or something.
How to?
The voices. No, just the
The
people who
people.
make the voices
Yeah.
and watch the people making the voices. It's really great.
Yeah.
Of any cartoon. It's wonderful.
I saw this dude on TikTok who was ordering food as Disney characters, and his Goofy, and he's like a really cool looking black dude, like super swagged out.
Yeah.
And when he goes into Goofy, it just doesn't compute in my head because he's so spot on with his Goofy, and then he goes into Mickey, and it doesn't make sense. He looks way too cool to be able to do these things.
Right.
So it's been quite a week at the Addams house.
Yeah.
So many things have happened, and I don't want to dominate the show.
It's okay.
But
Sometimes you dominate.
if I'm just going to go in order, this past like Thursday night to Friday was wild for me. I stayed up all night for like 30-something hours.
yeah.
Because I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. She had a new album coming out, so I stayed up listening to it with other Swifties. I am beat down, and we were drinking, so I am hungover. I'm just delirious.
Yep.
I'm sleep deprived. And so it's 9 o'clock on Friday night. I'm finally ready to go to sleep.
Okay.
My kids have been asleep for about an hour. Sun comes out, he's thrown up everywhere. And so like I was already asleep. And so like, we get up and we're cleaning things up. My wife and I were like tag teaming, taking care of him.
Okay, you didn't have to call Blair,
cleaning
good.
stuff up. No, she was there. Cleaning stuff up, whatever. And then we get done cleaning and like we go around to the other side of his bed. There's more throw up.
What
And
in
he
the
had
world?
thrown up all over his like stuffed animals.
Aw.
So it's just the whole thing. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And so then we have a little tiny mattress. We put it in our room. He slept in our room. And it's just like every hour he's up,
Yep.
just getting
Oh,
sick. And so it's just like, it was
golly.
like the longest 2.5 days of my life. It was nuts. But anyways, he's fine. But then the next thing is we tried doing a new bedtime routine because we've been having a hard time with my daughter going to bed.
Yeah.
My daughter Ellie, she's almost 4, and bedtime is just terrible. It
What time do you
sucks.
guys go to bed? What time do they go
We
to bed? I mean,
start like with books and everything right around 7 to 7:15.
Okay.
Finish those up in about 15 or so minutes. Lay down, rubber back forever. We probably get out of her room by 7:45ish.
It's an
to 8-ish.
hour-long,
It's an hour-long process. It's
Wow.
a thing, and immediately when we leave her room, she immediately runs to the restroom because she knows if she goes number 2, she can come out and we'll help her wipe. So she immediately goes to the restroom, and sometimes she freaks out. She'll like intentionally wet herself or go
Yeah.
potty or something just to get more attention. Screaming, lots of things. I end up yelling. It's terrible. It sucks. It's not good. It's been like this for months. And so my wife found an idea on Instagram or something. It's called a tuck-in pass. Okay. So you get a little sheet of paper and you can make it pretty. It's like a coupon you can use.
Yeah.
Before the kids go to bed, you give them the tuck-in pass. They can come out of their rooms once, hand the pass over to whoever they want to tuck them in, mom or dad. That's their only time that they can come out of their room.
Yeah.
And so first night, it was great. My daughter didn't even use it. She was so tired, she just went straight to sleep, didn't even use it.
You would Blair go sit down on the couch. Oh my God. It's
great.
That worked so well.
great.
You give her a kiss.
Yeah.
Great find, honey. Wonderful job.
The next night, it worked. Our kids came out like once each.
Unbelievable.
That is great.
It
we were like,
works.
They used their
Works.
pass and that's it.
that's it. And then they used it. It was great.
And it cleared it out.
And then it was like 3 nights in a row where it didn't work at all. It's just more screaming and crying and yelling. And it's just like, we don't know what we're going to do. So my wife had the idea of going extreme, which this is an idea I would have had. And she said, we're going to take everything out of her room. And whenever she's good, she can get something back. That's extreme, but I don't know if that's the
good.
right thing to do.
I think it's good. It's you're rewarding them for good behavior and making them lose something for not following instructions.
And
that's
when
life.
When they go to sleep, we tell them, like, you don't have to go to sleep. You
Right,
can
right.
play in your room. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Just stay in your room. That's it.
You know, you're teaching them accountability. That's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess.
You got to be accountable for your actions, or you're going to be punished, or you're going to lose something. I'm getting to the point now with Kaysen where he's playing football right now. So we're in the middle of our football season, and I'm his coach. And I keep telling him, because I try not to watch him when I'm coaching, because I don't even coach his position. He plays defensive line, and I guess on offense I do coach him because I coach the wide receivers and stuff. But I tend to not watch him on defense. I watch the whole thing. And I started noticing a few times, I'm like, who the hell's out there walking? Or who stopped running? And it was Kaysen. And I got on to him at the game. I said, listen, bro, I see you. You're taking plays off. You're not hustling, and you could be in a play, but you're not running fast enough.
And then there's too many men on the field or whatever.
So I sat down with him, and I watched film with him for the first time, like where we were both sitting there, and I made him watch every single play.
Ooh.
And I said, okay, right here, great job. But what do you do after you finish your first step? I'm walking. What was I yelling at you for? Walking. Same thing. I was right here. You could have made this play, but you were walking. By the time you realize you could have been, you start running. You're too late. Why? I was walking. I got him to not even throw a fit, Nick, because we watched this film.
There you go.
And then after watching film, he goes and puts it out on the field. See, that's what you want to do with your kids. You're teaching them, do this.
Yeah, do this.
And this is what's going to happen. And when you show them, they start doing it.
You saw a little more hustle this time around?
Dude, I didn't see my son. I didn't see my son walk once, and in a play that he would have walked, he ended up sacking the quarterback and giving us the ball back with a chance to go win the game. So, like, I'm telling you, man, kids, when they start getting things and understanding why we do it as parents, that is awesome.
Do you like to show them other NFL players, college players that are doing what they should be? I was just thinking Micah Parsons always runs. He's always
You know
running.
what's crazy? That's exactly who I showed him.
Yeah?
So I would show him a play where Kaysen did something, and then he saw the play going away from him, and then he's like, oh, okay, it's going over there. My friends will get it. I'll stop. And then I showed him a play with Micah Parsons, who plays for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
He is what we call a high motor guy. And I showed him, I said, I don't even know what he does in this play.
Right.
But watch number 11 and let's see. And sure enough, play goes away from him. Same, almost identical to the play I showed Kaysen where he gave up. But Micah Parsons actually kept going and made a play and caused a turnover.
yeah.
You know, so I was doing that. I was going back and forth, and I picked Micah Parsons.
Nice.
And this other guy named Aaron Donald who plays for the Rams.
Yep.
But yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Well, you're being a pretty good problem solver.
Yeah.
So's Nick. I mean, that.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna do the tuck in pass.
I don't know. It might be too extreme. I don't know. Like, I know that things like for a little kid, a consequence like you have to have a consequence right away. And I know this, and I've been told this. I've seen this online by people.
Don't
people
wait.
have emailed us and said there has to be a consequence now. But it's like it's nighttime. I don't know what consequence there is. It's just go to sleep. That's
Right.
the only thing we have to do.
Yeah, or why make her stay up all night? That'll
And
be-
did
Did your parents ever do that? When you wouldn't go to sleep? Oh, mine did.
It's evil.
I wouldn't go to sleep, and they told me stay up all night and see what happens, and I was a mess the next day. And I never wanted to stay up all night
We're
again.
thinking about dropping her naps because she does still nap.
Right.
And so it's like she's probably just not that tired for bedtime. So that's what we'll probably need to do, which sucks for me because I can get away with taking a nap because she only naps with me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. But yes, we can do that.
She might be graduating up to 8 o'clock bedtime. Oh, my God. Which, let me tell you, that's what sucks as your kids get older. What I've noticed. My kids used to go to sleep at 7. Then it was 7:30. Then 8. And when it gets to 8 with our hours, too, because we go to sleep so early.
Yeah.
8 was one of those where like, man, now I only get about an hour with my wife.
Sure.
Now my kids are going to sleep at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You guys you're getting an hour? I'm in bed. Like, I go, all right, cool. Quaid's bath time is done. Kara, you read some books to him, and I'm going to go lay in bed.
That's nice. It's great.
I'm going to bed before Quaid even does.
Take advantage while you can.
You can.
Yeah, that's not going to last forever.
And take advantage because, speaking of bedtime, since we're talking about it, you know how I told you we have our rituals as well. Nick, you do the back rubbing and the books and stuff. My wife and I do songs. So my wife scratches and sings, and I play a song on the guitar, and then we switch and we do it for both of them. My son is now in 5th grade, and I'm giving him a little more leniency when it comes to bedtime, to where you're in 5th grade. All his boys are telling him, we go to sleep at 9:30. I don't want him to be left out, so I give him a little leniency. I said, if you want to go to sleep at 9, it's fine. So when I went and sang to Chloe, and I went to go sing to Kaysen. Kinsey was out with her friends. She was celebrating something. So I go to sing to Kaysen, and he's sitting in his bed watching his TV, and he goes, hey, if you don't mind, I'm just chilling right now. I just want to watch a show, and then I'll put myself I'll put myself to sleep.
Oh, heartbreak.
And here I am standing at the door with my guitar in hand. Like I was like, oh, so you're just going to finish the show and then go to sleep? And he goes, yeah, I'll tuck myself in. Thanks, Papa.
All right.
Guys, if I turned around, I almost turned around and go like, but do you want me to come back up later? Like when you're done with your show, I'll come back and sing it. But I didn't. And sure enough, I went downstairs and I came back up, and just as he promised, probably about 9:15 when I went back up there, TV was off. He was tucked in his bed, trying to go to sleep with his sound machine on. And I just peeked in, and he kind of moved, and he looked at me, and he goes, good night, Papa. Love you.
Oh,
I said, love you too, buddy. Love you to the moon. And he responds, and I just went downstairs. And just like that,
it was the last
our
time.
nighttime.
Is it over?
Our nighttime ritual changed.
He may come back for one or two.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean,
it won't be over.
It's not over, right?
It may not be every day.
But man, enjoy it, parents. I know sometimes those bedtime rituals are a whooping. I've been there. I've been where I didn't want to sing to them because I'm tired and I just don't want to.
Read another book, tell another story.
Enjoy it, because you get to the point one day where you wish you still had those moments.
Totally. Well, now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. You need to problem solve. As a parent, you got to problem solve. Just as a human being, all of life is one big problem that you are trying to solve. And sometimes it's hard to stay in problem-solving mode when you're faced with a big challenge or a small challenge, any kind of challenge in your life. So you got to learn how to find your own solutions. And when you can do that, there is no better feeling. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals no matter how big or small.
And look, I personally use BetterHelp, and I know a few months back we were talking about how I was going through struggles as a dad with my son, and I reached out to BetterHelp, and I talked to a therapist, and they gave me some really great ideas and talked me through some of the problems and why I was responding the way I was responding to my son, which helped me change my behavior and got me back into problem-solving mode, which is where we all wish we could be and want to be.
Yeah, if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, check out BetterHelp. They're a great place to start. It's convenient, accessible, affordable. It's entirely online, which I think is the best feature because you can do this right from your own home. So you can sit on your own couch, you can lay down in your own bed and get the help you need in the place that you're comfortable. And you can do it on video, you can do it on the phone, or you can do just a message-only option too if you're comfortable with that. And you can get matched with a therapist super quick after just filling out a really small, quick survey online. And you can also switch therapists anytime.
When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/daddies today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/daddies.
I want to get your guys' vibe real quick on Tom Brady.
Okay, GOAT, right?
We're not talking football here, but he is the GOAT when it comes to football. I'm talking about parenting Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
You thought we were talking football?
No, I thought we were going to go down the divorce thing about if he cares more about football or more about his wife.
Well, it kind of, we're kind of going down that route. So there's this blog I follow, and I think we all read it. Fatherly. Do you guys ever read Fatherly? I do too. And I saw that they kind of went at Tom Brady.
They went in hard at him?
Not hard, but they said, this is the title of the blog, and it says, Tom Brady says work-life balance doesn't exist because, quote, you are who you are. And then they wrote, this is not a check in the good dad box.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get your guys' vibe when it comes to this because we all have pretty busy schedules and our work is different than regular jobs. And I know there's parents that travel a lot, Tom Brady being one of those guys. But this is the quote where a lot of people are giving him the side eye a little bit. He said, as much as you want to have this playful balance with the work balance, you're going to end up doing exactly what you've always done. And he does have a point. We do revert back to what we feel comfortable in. And then he continues, which is why you are who you are. So it sounds like he believes it's impossible to juggle the responsibilities of work and the responsibilities at home without having something give.
Right.
And I mean, that's exactly what we are seeing in his life, at least with his wife, right?
Yeah. He retires, and there's reports that it's like Giselle is saying, okay, great. They had an understanding that this was her time to go out and pursue her career a little bit more, be focused on her. And then he unretires 40 days later, and it's like, what's going on? But, with that quote about you are who you are, I'm not necessarily going to jump all over Tom Brady right now, but I could see if the end of that quote was, hey, you are who you are, and you're always going to go back to that, but I'm trying every day to change this to be more family focused, then I think that's a little bit better of a quote. But when you just say, whatever, I am who I am, I'm not going to,
he's a workaholic,
not going to pay attention to my kids. If you insert that into any other person saying that, you're like, what a jerk. What a bad dad.
If you stand outside and you look at other instances with Tom Brady as a father, he looks like he's actually a pretty great father. But the whole "you are who you are" quote is the one that I don't subscribe to that, because you are who you are, so you're the same dude you were 10 years ago,
right?
Because we all have the ability to change. I am not who I was prior to kids.
Right.
Prior to kids. Same. I would put work over anything, right?
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
Anything. I would put work over anything. I would show up and I would puke in that other room. Now, I'm sorry, but, and you guys see this, and I agree with you guys because I see you guys doing the same thing.
100%.
I put my kids in front.
Yeah, sure.
In front of my job. Even if you tell me you have the possibility of losing your job, but my son needs me, I'm going with my son.
Right.
Yeah. That's not a good look.
But it was not a good look.
Plus, anytime a celebrity or an athlete is speaking out, he's a multimillionaire, very well off, where like he's fine. Whereas if it's another Joe Schmo down the street who probably does need to focus on his job, because if he doesn't, he's going to get laid off, and then the family doesn't have any money. I might sympathize with that a little bit more. But when you're already well off and you're just talking about kind of some champagne problems here, it's like, dude, shut up.
And one of the quotes that got me the most, and I'm sure you guys have seen this quote before, but if something happens to us or we pass while we're still in the workforce, your job, your coworkers will mourn you, yes, but they'll replace you.
Yeah, they'll replace you.
You will be replaced, right? Your job, that company will continue, and they will thrive, and they will keep going, and they'll find somebody to fill the shoes that you left behind. Your family is not going to do that. Your family is the one that's going to mourn you forever. They're the ones that are always going to be there for you, and you only get your kids as kids one time.
100%.
You never get that ever again. While work, you can get fired and start a new job, or you can go back and try to do something better. But with your kids, you can't. Once you have those days, that day is gone, and you can't ever take that back.
Yeah, I saw kind of a heartbreaking video at some point ago. I don't have it in front of me. It goes along with what you're talking about. It was a lady who was talking about her father had just passed away. Father was older, worked at a place for 40 years.
Yeah.
I don't remember what kind of company it was, but she had to call his work to get something from them. And it wasn't too long after he passed, and she was talking to someone, and the person on the phone was like, who?
See?
And it's just like, this is who he
was there for 40 years.
He was there for 40 years.
Right.
He probably chose work over his family a lot, and they don't care about him.
There are, like, your father, your
biological father?
No. Your father, the man who raised you.
Oh, my dad.
Didn't put his career over his kid. He got his ass up and went to work
He had to.
He worked as hard as he could for you.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady is in a different situation.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to work for his kids anymore.
He could have retired 10 years ago and he'd be set for
Just
life.
fine.
This dude is built different. There's just people that are built to work, or he wants to be the greatest of all time, and he wants to keep going.
And he already is, and that's when you get better help to figure that stuff out.
Sure.
Which is why he is a jerk, whereas JC's dad is a hero in your own eyes, because he got up and worked so that you could have X, Y, and Z.
My dad worked 3 jobs and missed a lot of my life.
Yeah.
And missed a lot of, games and chances to be there as like the other dads were. But not because he wanted to, he had to. There's dad, if you have to work, you have to work, and that's it. But that's the point of working is you want to get yourself ahead to the point where you can maybe take that time and finally be able to show up. He's got that.
And so as we're probably talking to more people that are like your dad.
Working hard,
instead of talking to the people that are like Tom Brady, no one should feel bad about having to work a 50-hour work week to make ends meet.
And that's what the article said.
Okay, good.
The article said, you know what? When you speak like that, it rubs the people that have to work the wrong way because they don't want to miss time with their kids, but they have to.
Right.
They have to go to work, or it's rent or going to a football game. You got to pick the rent because that's what puts the roof over your kid's head. That's why I think that quote rubbed the person who wrote that article the wrong way.
Sure.
They probably had a father that did the same thing, or they might be that dad that has to go to work. And guess what? Those parents still somehow find a way to be there as much as they can for their kids.
How long have we been going here?
25.
Is that enough, or do you want more?
We do one more little.
2 more minutes, but 2 more minutes and we would be enough. But did you have another thing?
I have something that's probably a longer conversation, but I have a sports question to ask.
Okay.
Hey, I have a sports question to ask since we're on the topic of sports.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, my kid's playing basketball.
Oh, he's on basketball now?
He loves it sometimes. He doesn't love it other times.
Watching 6-year-old basketball games.
It's wild, man.
You think baseball games are low scoring?
Yeah. I mean, like kid baseball games, kids basketball games, there's maybe, 5 kids on the court. Maybe 1 kid on the entire court knows what they're doing.
Right.
So is this, they still doing 10-foot hoops? Do they lower these to 8?
They lower it.
I think it's maybe
okay.
7.
Yeah, they lower it down.
And where is Davis at on the height chart?
He's pretty tall.
He
is pretty tall. But, he doesn't really understand offense, defense, when to put his hand up and block. But that's not the point. The point is, there are those times when he's like, hey, I want to go outside and shoot some hoops.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
Let's do it. So this weekend, my wife and I, we kind of had a difference of opinion. And really, it was more me and my son, not necessarily my wife. We had a difference of opinion on what's the appropriate time in the morning to start practicing basketball in the driveway.
Oh, without angering your neighbor.
It was 7:30, and I was like, no, dude, we have to wait till like 10 o'clock to do this. We're not going out there right now.
Oh,
to do
7:30, you're fine.
No!
For sure.
Absolutely not.
No, you're just trying
He's
to be
trolling right now.
argumentative.
You are trolling.
You're trolling.
Listen, no, I'm not trying to start a thing.
That's way too early.
I can get heated about it if you want.
Like my goal, I don't know the layout of my neighbor's house, but my basketball goal is
It's probably
12 feet from my neighbor's window. I don't know if that's a bedroom. I don't know what it is.
Office or
I'm not going to go out there and dribble a basketball for 20 minutes if they're still trying to sleep.
When are you allowed to start mowing in your neighborhood?
I don't know if there is.
I'd say
maybe
the same
But
time.
I've done it at like 9 is when I'll get out and
That's
do
the
it.
earliest. There are people in my neighborhood doing it at 7.
And it makes me angry.
I will say, at least a mower is one consistent.
It could be a white noise at one point. It'll drown
one
out.
consistent sound. But a basketball is so it's a different. Yeah, it's inconsistent.
Okay.
The noise, the banging, the tapping. Sometimes it's hitting the backboard. Sometimes it isn't. I don't know. I just felt like it was too early. I think we went out there at about 8:30.
8:30 or 9, I think you're in a better spot, especially if I don't know if your neighbors have kids. Do they have kids?
No, they're older.
They're older.
So they were probably awake, but I still just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
There's also a cutoff. There was in my old neighborhood, one of our friends had that issue, and he and his neighbor were just hating each other.
So was a kid playing too early or too late?
Both.
Okay.
So they had a high school age kid. So he was late middle school into high school, and this dude was playing basketball like into 10, 11 o'clock at night, right,
late.
with his buddies. So they get a little loud. Oh,
yeah.
They had little kids about my kids' ages, so they were trying to sleep, and the kids are getting woken up because of the basketball. So there's a cutoff, and then in the morning as well, they would go. He would be the one that would start playing a little too early, maybe 7 o'clock with the kids. But then the older kids in the other house, they were getting upset because they were starting too early. So there's that zen spot right there where 9 o'clock, I think you're
okay.
8:30, 9 o'clock, you're golden.
But yeah, I just didn't want to get out there too early.
So When can my son go outside and start playing on like his jungle gym, his playground, his play set?
I don't know. I mean, as long as it depends on how loud he is.
He's probably not too loud on that.
He can go run around on the slide and push him in the swings.
Yeah,
But if he's like screaming, and in a good way, that's probably 8:30, 9.
I mean, we're not like whispering.
No, you're fine.
No, but as long as you're not like he's not like screaming loud or anything. Yeah,
houses are pretty good with holding sounds and keeping them outside.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
But basketball is one of those sounds that somehow penetrates anything.
And it's not just like my next door neighbors that could be affected. You can hear someone bouncing a ball 5 houses away.
It's weird how that happens.
Yeah, it just reverberates everywhere. And
basketballs are way louder than they need to be.
Yeah, tell those people to get their heinies out of bed and start doing something like Davis is doing something, trying to perfect his craft. All right?
That's how he's doing.
He was getting good though. He made several shots in a row. Pretty impressed.
Dude, he might be
pretty impressed.
He might be something. You might want to get him that thing that gives him the ball back so it doesn't bounce.
Yeah, it returns back.
The returner,
I did stand under the hoop so I could catch it and kind of throw it back to him. So
you were the rebounder?
Yeah, it took a few less bounces. But.
You gonna be coach?
No, not as I don't think in the 6 years I played basketball that I ever scored a basket during a game play. Like, I don't think I ever did.
But your defense was on point.
Yeah.
No, it
You're
wasn't.
more the Dennis Rodman. You're the Dennis Rodman of the crew.
I was just there. I was there to warm the team up. It was my humor is what got me out.
There you go.
That's what it was.
You're making them laugh and miss. That's what you were doing.
But hey, that does it for this episode of the Chatty Daddies. I really hope you contact us. There's lots of ways to contact us. They're all in the description of this podcast. Give us some tips. Give us some tricks on how to help us raise our kids better. We would love to hear from you. And any questions, we'd love to hear from you too.
If you happen to have a song you like.
Yeah,
we
let
haven't
us
been
know.
doing Dad Bop because we kind of ran out of steam on it. But if you find one, throw it our way.
Let us know. Send it to us. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Trey Peart.
I'm JC Chavez.
And don't forget,
stand up straight.
The Chatty Daddies Podcast.